Hey guys, welcome back to Enrique's Do It Myself, because I can do it myself. We're going to be learning today how to do a floral crown. I will start by introducing the supplies. You're going to need floral tape, floral wire. It's a 22 gauge. You can use whatever gauge you want. I prefer to use the 22 or the 21, no less than 20. Because that really just, I don't even know, I can't remember if it gets thicker or thinner with the higher gauge. You're gonna need a ton of flowers, well, not a ton of flowers. You're gonna need flowers, but we're not gonna use all of these. I just bought all of these just to see what we end up using, all right? So first what you wanna do is you can use a measure tape if you want, you don't have to. I like to measure it around my head. Now if you have somebody that has a smaller head, you wanna measure it around their head or ask for the diameter of their head. And so what I do is I measure from the back of my head bottom, because the floral crown lays downwards. It doesn't go like just straight around the top of your head. And then you want to give yourself like an inch extra on each end. And I'm using my regular clippers for this. Don't hate me. I know some florists would be very upset with me if I worked at their shop, but I don't. So this is the same. It's a 22 gauge. I prefer to use the roll because this isn't long enough for my big head. So now after you have your wire, you measure it again over your head, and what I do is I'm going to twist it to come back this way, and twist this one to come back the opposite way, and then I'll twist it around. And so I like to use wire. Not everybody does. There's different ways of doing it. Every designer does everything different. It's your choice. This is how I do it. Alright, so you have that. Now what I do is I get floral tape and I will tear a large amount off. And then I'll go around the whole entire ring with the floral tape just so that it doesn't come undone. This is the most time consuming part. And then your hands will cramp up too. Gosh. And you want to stretch the tape as you go. Now if you want to do like small pieces of tape, you're more than welcome to. I'd rather do a long piece. That's the dog again, munching and crunching. So with this, you can always wire the tape first if you want. I like doing it this way, even though it's a bit harder. Wiring tape, there's no easy, covering wire with tape is never easy, whether you do it before or do it after. This is just my preference. I don't like how this stuff gets all sticky. But here's your floral crown without anything on it. And the reason I say you give it extra is because once you start adding the flowers, it'll look bigger, but the middle gets smaller because you're adding floral tape and you're adding stems to it. So let's start with the first few flowers. I'm getting the pink spray roses, they're variegated. And then I have the yellow spray roses as well, which are really pretty. Remember, always take off your packaging petals. There doesn't have to be any pattern. It's really up to whatever you want. Like I just got these because I thought they were pretty. A little bit of baby's breath. Like I've told you, I hate it, but it's something that'll definitely be used. Just different flowers. You peel off everything that looks terrible. So then what I like to do is I just like to cluster things up. Just cluster them up, make them look pretty. And I'll floral tape this just a tad bit, just to keep it together. And when you're using floral tape, you always want to tighten the tape as you're wrapping it around, because if you don't tighten it, it stays loose and it comes undone. Cut this piece off, and then what I do is I'll start floral taping it to the ring. More tape, and that's how I do it. I just make little clusters, floral tape it. And right now this little ring feels flimsy, but as you keep adding tape and you keep adding stems, it starts getting sturdier. Just cut a lot of stems at the same time. That way you're not constantly going back and cutting, you just do it all at once, and then it makes it easier. Clusters. Okay, so you see how I was about to put that right there? Well, that's two roses next to each other. Just turn it, put it on the other side. Now you don't have two of the same color together. There you go, floral tape it in, and your crown's coming along. Look at that beauty. It's cute. And you just keep making clusters. More clusters. Less clusters. That was ugly. Don't be afraid of the flowers, guys. The only thing I hate about floral tape is as you're going, it keeps tearing. My finger's all sticky. Okay guys, so I went ahead and made a couple clusters just to go ahead and add it onto the actual ring. That way it's a little easier. And so let's get some floral tape, shall we? And then you just start floral taping it on there. It's a little hard when you try doing this stuff because it can be flimsy at times. Like I said, tighten it as you go. Tighten it, tighten it. Waka, 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 waka. Oh no. We all need it. It's trying to come out. Waka, 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 waka. It's hard to satisfy both cameras because I'm moving it too close to me. Trying to use 2 cameras for you guys, but I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think I have enough. I'm gonna have to make a little more. Leave and never come back. Never. I'm gonna make an appearance on my channel. So we have gotten halfway through the floral crown. You're more than welcome to stop there because sometimes you want to do a hairdo in the back of your head. But if you want to do a full floral crown, you can. I'm going to proceed and make a full floral crown. Like I said, this one's okay to just put it on. You have it halfway. Get your hair did in the back and still look fabulous. But we will proceed to do the whole thing. I made enough clusters, I didn't. Oh no. This is very time consuming. So if you don't got time, don't do it. I don't like this floral tape. This isn't like professional floral tape. This is just like craft store floral tape. It sucks. It died. Bye. The top camera died. Alright. So we pretty much have almost everything. I'm leaving this part blank just because I'm going to make a bow for the back. And of course you're gonna need some wire. I'm gonna do one of these. 22 gauge. I need some scissors. Oh, these suck. These really suck. Because I left my Sheila's. So what you would do is you're going to cut a lot of strands because when you make a floral crown and you have ribbon, you want tails on it to drape different lengths. They don't all have to be the same length. So then your ribbon, you will start off making a loop. You twist, make your loop, twist, make another loop, twist, just keep going. And so what I like to do is I like to make these 2 right here smaller. And then the next set, you're gonna make them a little larger than the first. And then the next set, you're gonna make the same size as that one. And this is how I usually measure it. I use my fingers to measure it, make sure it's the same length. And then the last loop, you wanna make a little longer than that one. Same on the other side. And you can't let go of it, because once you let go of it, you're screwed. We'll make one long tail with this thicker ribbon. Grab all of these, add them to the bottom of that. So it doesn't matter if they're different lengths. What you want is tails, just to make it look cute. So with this wire, you go into the middle, bring it through here, and then you just twist. Come on. More of that because I don't have the rights to it. And you want to twist the middle like the closest you can to it, really tight, but don't over twist because what's going to happen is that wire will bust. I'm gonna leave it short. And then this part, I'm going to twist it around this piece of wire and add floral tape to it, just to cover it up. This is where it gets hard because you're limited on space to maneuver your hands through. So after you've already set that, you're gonna have your center. You leave these two in the middle. You pull one up, you pull one down. Alright, you do the same for the other side. You keep your one in the center. It's in the center, and then you keep one in the middle. Then one goes up, one goes down. And now you have your pretty little ribbon that covers up that gap that you have in the back. And you have your floral crown. So let's put it on. Does this make me look pretty? Do that Beyonce look. And there you go, guys, your floral crown. It's cute. I mean, it takes a long time though, but if you're on a budget, you can make it yourself, you're handy, go for it. If you're not on a budget, just pay somebody to do it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, and tell your friends of your friends, and your friends of your friends and your friends, okay? Bye, guys. Are we recording?
Okay, recording. Wait.
Baxter got scared. Okay, let me try to be serious. Woohoo! Make more clusters. What did you do? Look up there. You ready to clean up? Let's clean up. Come here. Come on. Let's clean up. Clean up my mess. Got my cleanup guy here. Got my little maintenance guy. Oh, good job, buddy. You look so pretty. Oh my god. Look how cute. You're so cute. He's like, let's do this.